It's not the most. My problem is that it's not visually appealing. That's like my biggest issue with it.
It's just
Like,
not my kind of game.
because
Like
it's kind of
Cyberpunk,
monotonous.
Cyberpunk was okay, but it's not my style of game.
I think that one's like more visually appealing though.
Yeah, I mean visually it was fine, but
Starfield
some
to me looks.
games like I don't know.
Oh, that
I was wrong about a few, like the little bit I saw of Bloodborne, but I'm pretty good at telling by looking at gameplay if I'm gonna like a game. Like if I see actual gameplay, I'm usually like, all right, I think I can rock with that. Or like,
Speaking of
yeah, that's not my thing.
speaking of Bloodborne, people have been saying, "Oh man, have you tried out Lies of P yet?" And I'm just like, man, out the
I've
Elden
heard of
Ring, I
it,
kind of.
but
It's essentially it
It's
came out like a couple.
everywhere.
It came out a couple weeks ago.
is
It's
that one that's
essentially
like super
it's
demanding on PCs
it's
and stuff?
like it's like Bloodborne, but like with the Pinocchio theming around it.
Hmm.
It's not like it's not even that I'm not interested. I just need a fucking like break, and it's only on like oh no, it's multiplayer. I'm lying. I thought I was gonna say it was on Xbox. I'm lying.
I
It's
just I
multiplayer.
find the wannabe or it's like games usually don't live up to the what they're trying to replicate. So I usually try to avoid the games that are just trying to be like something else. Not saying that it wouldn't be a good game, I wouldn't like it, but in general, I usually like if someone's like, oh yeah, they're trying to uh, be just like Link to the Past. Sorry,
Yeah.
there's I'll just play Link to the Past again. Like I'm not gonna play some third party or indie developer who's trying to replicate the Link to the Past formula. You know, like not saying it can't be a good game, but to me it usually like makes me want to just play the original. I've rarely played one that's been like that where I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. Man, we ain't got hardly anybody here. I wonder. It's 7 o'clock, right? It's Monday. We must.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was gonna jump right in with a topic, but I kind of think T needs to be here for it.
Oh, does he? Damn it.
I mean, we can.
You only got us.
Why don't you
Darn.
tell? Why don't you give your thoughts on the fire temple and Tears of the
Oh
Kingdom?
yeah. So, I finished that, and then I started. I've actually reached Zora's domain already, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do the dungeon. I'm gonna go and do some side stuff, because I feel like I've been neglecting the side stuff. Just to talk about the fire temple, so to speak, that one was probably the most confusing one to get around, because it's not. You can kind of BS and if you want to get creative with the powers and abilities if you want, but to me, it's not. I don't know. I just spent a while. I think I spent like a good 30 minutes just not knowing how the fuck do I get up to certain floors and what I have to do.
Glad I'm not
It's
the
probably
only one because Retro said he breezed through it, and I'm like, dude, that's
how
just
in the
like
fuck did you breeze through it,
I mean, apart from the fact that you have the minecart tracks, you can literally climb on all the walls.
dude? Was your wait? What order did you do it? Did you do that one first or
At
last
the
or?
for the temples, no, I did the wind temple first. I did the fire temple second.
there were
Why
some
did you do
spots
that?
you definitely couldn't climb and use your ascend, but
Exactly.
I just honestly got bored of just moving mine carts to different tracks, and I'm like, oh shit, and then Link would fall. I'd try to climb up on something, and he'd fall all the way down. I'm like, I gotta do all that again, and to me, it was just frustrating. I didn't have much fun
It.
on that one.
I can see that. I
Bison
can
said the
easily
same
see
thing.
that.
He was lost in the. I mean, I knew where I needed to go. I just didn't know what way they thought they wanted me to get there, and I'm trying the mine
That's
carts.
exactly it. I feel like I cheated at a certain point. Like to get to there's the last two I had was the very first one, which I think you can't get until you do the one on the fifth floor. And the fifth floor where I was like, I can get all the way up to the fourth floor, but it's in a room that's like blocked off. I'm like, how the fuck do I get inside? And you gotta get like all the way up, and it's like this weird crevice you have to get
And then when
through.
you drop down, you have to drop down
Yeah,
into.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you had to drop down. So it was that whole beginning, that whole plus that the fire damage was just a pain in the ass. Like fucking up in a water temple, oh I gotta swim back. Fucking up in a fire temple, oh I gotta do the fucking fade to black and wait for the game to load me back into the wherever I think I saved last and shit. And for one of those, I made like a makeshift bridge which doesn't stick around when you die, or I guess go unconscious from the lava. So it took me a while. The boss for that area, I
I
think.
don't want to hear no shit about
No,
that
okay, so
boss,
here,
man.
no, listen. So the beginning of it, I was like, damn, this is kind of too easy for what you have to do. And then the second half threw me off because I didn't realize when he shoots the rocks at you, it encloses you into a space. So if you're in the middle of doing something else and you don't have enough stamina, you're getting
Yeah.
bombed. Like I was like, fuck. And you know what it really made me miss? Daruk's protection from the fucking first game, where you had this big ass shield around you. This motherfucker, because I'm like, I don't even know if you can tank that hit. I don't think you can, because every time it hit me, it's either if I was in the middle of it, I'm dead. There's no way.
I don't want to hear no criticism from something I like.
Dude, what are you doing?
I thought the boss was fine. It wasn't anything special, but it wasn't like frustrating or hard. So I thought it was fine. And then I played. You have to fight each boss, or you can fight each boss again in the depths. It didn't have the dome in the depths, and I was like, you know what, it's fine. It's not amazing. It's not.
Is it harder
bad.
in the dips?
I didn't think it was harder. And shout out to Normal Type with the 99 pence donation.
Hey, I see
99p.
that.
Appreciate that. I don't remember what that equates to in dollars anymore. I think it's changed a bit, but it might be like $1.50 or something.
Also, I appreciate that Larry profile picture. That makes perfect sense because Larry is the Normal type gym leader in Scarlet and Violet. So
Glad you knew that.
I like that. Hey, listen, you gotta have some diversity, damn it. Okay, I appreciate.
All right, so overall, Fire Temple, you thought?
If I had to rank it between the three of them, my favorite's still the Gerudo Temple. Then I think the Fire Temple is my least favorite of the three I've done so far because I like the trek up for the Wind Temple a lot. I like that whole like platforming, getting to the dungeon itself. So yeah, the Fire one I think is my
gameplay wise, that was absolutely amazing for the Wind Temple. I feel the entrance towards the Fire Temple is by far the most epic one. Like it is absolutely nuts. I feel.
No,
the
I
extra stuff beforehand, and it's so good.
Because I thought climbing Death Mountain was just whatever. It was like.
I don't count necessarily climbing.
Are you talking about that
once you get to the top?
We have
I'm
to kill that
about
monster.
the fight and going inside of it and everything.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Because it you go down and then you like to get to the Fire Temple. I was just fighting everything. I was just kind of doing everything around. Isn't there some light routes down there? I kind of did all that. I fought a bunch of enemies. I was down there for a while before I even went to the Fire Temple. That's not worth
like
$10.
the boss from the Fire Temple. I just personally also like it because it's literally the one boss I want to see in every single Zelda game. So when he appeared, it was like a revelation to me. I'm like, yes, he's in this game. Like that's why I like that boss so much.
No, it's a cool. I think Death Mountain has, to me, I think it's the most epic of the three. I think as an overall temple experience, the Gerudo one is my favorite still.
Oh, 100%. It's my favorite.
Yeah,
the
Wind one has a good trick up.
Easy. Like that one was just like such a breeze. I was just like, really? That's what.
But that's the one temple I feel that had actual puzzle solving in it. Really, more so than finding one or two like a lever to open a door in the
See, I didn't.
temple.
I mean, yeah, you had to move the light, but two of the things were based on that same mechanic, and I figured it out so easily. Like. To me, and then the one on the bottom, you just pull you just use your Ultra Hand to pull something out of a hole and you climb in. So, to me, that one was the easiest by far. I wouldn't say I hated it. It just wasn't, I was just in it.
It doesn't need to be.
Quick question.
It doesn't need to be hard to be good. The easiest is by far the Water Temple. That's undisputable.
Really? Okay, I was going to ask Juice, which is your favorite of the four?
The Water Temple.
Okay. Well, then I say so. Theoretically, I said the best for last. Okay, got it.
But Sidon's the most useless.
Of the four,
skill.
I thought there were more than four.
There's 4 normal temples.
There's 4 normal. There's probably some more stuff afterwards.
There's a 5th sage, but there's not really a temple around it.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
mean, that's what I originally said. I don't want to get into that because Terra isn't there yet. That's what I originally said. But
I had the most
Glockton
fun
said
doing that
something
one.
really good. Glockton said something really good. Everything in front of it, up to the boss, is the temple.
Yeah, I
You
really
do the
liked
same
that. I
thing with
really
the
liked that
unlocking
fifth one.
the keys and everything.
Oh,
Oh
really?
yeah, like the whole that was the longest quest in the entire game. So involved. The I mean, there's some cool stuff in that tropical area with like the snake statues from the first game. That starts it all, and there's like a stormy area up in the sky. I mean, there's this long. That was a long story quest, and I really liked it.
Good.
But anyway, T's here, so what's up, man? I'm gonna get started with a topic. A guy at work, he wanted me to. Him and his PC only buddies had a discussion like last week or something, and
Uh-oh.
I'm sure it stemmed from the Microsoft emails, but they came to the conclusion: no console gamers, none of them play in consoles. Not only do they only play on PC, they're not gonna play a game like Resident Evil. They're not gonna play a fighting game. They're gonna play Overwatch, PUBG, World of Warcraft, maybe Diablo 3 and 4. Like they're not going to play any of what I consider just normal games. And they had this discussion about if Nintendo games came on PC, they said that would be just the death of Nintendo's hardware forever. They would be instantly dead. And his reasoning was they'd either just play it on their PC, and anybody that wanted to play like a Switch, they would just buy a Steam Deck or an Asus Ally, and they wouldn't buy a Switch or Switch 2. He said that was it, game over. Switch Nintendo hardware's done forever. I'm like,
That's nonsense.
Not even close. So, what's your guys' take on that?
I guess
That's implying the casual consumer cares about that kind of stuff.
Who that would be the death of hardware? The people who already don't like Nintendo hardware, who already don't buy it.
Yeah, because then their conclusion was that people only buy Nintendo hardware to play Nintendo games.
Yeah, some people, the ones you usually hear whining about it all the time, but if anything, the only thing that's going to happen is Nintendo's going to sell more games. That's it. Yeah, they might sell less hardware because they might force some people on the edges who feel like they're forced to buy their hardware. But that's a small number of people.
I said like around 1 million people maybe would, instead of buying the Switch 2, would buy if they didn't already have a Steam Deck or something. And he goes, well,
I'm more of 2 to 5 million tops. That's it. It's not going to be any more than that.
I gave him my counterpoint. He just stopped debating. He just stopped talking to me. He just started walking away. Like, he wasn't mad. He just didn't. I don't know if I just
didn't care.
Gave such good,
I don't really care.
Good reasons why, that he just knew he had nothing, or just thought there was no.
I think he just wanted to make the point and move on. He didn't really care about having a discussion about it.
Right. He didn't really think about it much. He didn't really have an argument.
He
just wanted to make
about
a point.
Well, for everybody, that you can have your Steam library and then you can have your Nintendo games all in one. You don't need 2 devices. And I'm like, all right, for somebody that plays a lot on PC and does like Nintendo games, that person, yeah, they're probably not going to buy Nintendo hardware. But I said there's so many factors. What if Nintendo decided to go with Epic and not Steam? What if they said partner with Epic, put all the games on Epic? Then you got on Steam Deck, don't you have to launch Windows to get Epic Store? You can't run it off the Steam OS. Yeah. I said, and then how well is a game going to run on a, let's say the Steam Deck, how it is right now.
And we 100% know that Nintendo is not going to put their games on Steam. It's going to be their own fucking launcher. We all know that. There's no way they're going to pay Steam 30% of their games. No, there's no way they're going to do that. They're going to have their own launcher, and therefore you're going to have another setup. So,
and then running Windows definitely hurts the performance you're going to get. And if you're talking about next gen Switch games, Nintendo games, I said at the end of the day, you might spend $800 on an Asus, and the Switch 2 might be $400, and because it's optimized for that system versus something running Windows that has to run whatever how powerful these games are. I said you might be even, or the Switch 2 might outperform them just from they're going to be completely optimized for the Switch 2, and it's not like their entire library is just instantly going to be on PC. If let's say they just decide to do it with the Switch 2,
they won't put their
from this day forward. Let's say from today forward, they just said every game that comes out is gonna day and date release on PC. You still have thousands of Nintendo games that aren't going to be on PC. There's a bunch of Switch games that aren't going to be on PC. And then the other thing is, yeah, for on the go, a Steam Deck might be a good alternative. What happens when you just want to go in your living room and play and just set it down, grab a controller and play on a TV? Like, yeah, Steam has Steam OS, but you're going to need a keyboard and mouse to get Nintendo games running if they're using their own launcher or if it's using Epic. Like, it's just,
what is the most compelling thing about the Switch?
It's the fact you can just...
I'm playing a game. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gaming. I'm gaming, Ma. Look, I'm gaming.
I turn the power on. I'm playing a game. No, yeah. Again, you're gonna get people on the fringes, but you're not gonna get the mainstream Nintendo audience to jump into a PC.
For a Steam Deck user to, if Nintendo uses their own launcher, like the average, let's say just a casual person picks up a Steam Deck, which you can't even buy in the store, which is my other point. You have to order it. Then he's like, well, what if someone comes out with a Steam Deck equivalent in the store, and without the backing? I mean, who's gonna do it without the backing of Steam, Valve? Like, what? Google could do something. One of these big companies could release something, but again, is it just gonna be pick up and play to get Nintendo games to run it on there? Like, without...
I'm sure Logitech has theirs in store because I've seen it in Best Buy before.
I had the Asus I played in it. I mean, it's a nice device. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was a nice device.
It is.
The demo, it couldn't run Forza Horizon 4 to save its life, but that might have needed a restart or something. But to get, like, when I went to the home menu and you have this freaking tiny screen with windows, I mean, it was like the bar at the bottom was like, it looked like about 5 pixels tall, like. And you're trying to use a touch screen or the touch screen and like a cursor. It's just not the same. Like,
no, it's a pain in the ass. It's not convenient. Most people are not going to want to do it that way.
Yeah.
And
I have
the hardcores might, but not the casuals.
Yeah, I mean, I have a Steam Deck, and I'll emulate some shit on it. It's cool for a minute, but I'd be like, I'd rather be playing this shit on 3DS or whatever. It's just not the same. I'm probably like, on a different level as far because
you're more in depth with the Steam Deck than I thought you would be as far as some of the stuff you've done.
Oh yeah, I've done a lot of shit on it. I didn't think I would do some of this stuff, but it was so fucking simple. I was like, I gotta do that.
Says he's ready for the Switch 2. The current Switch has outlived 2 girlfriends.
Jesus,
yeah, it's been a while. What year are we on?
Damn.
7? We finished 6 already. So we're on year 7.
Yeah, we'll be on 7 next year.
Well, we're currently building towards 7. So we already finished 6 full years.
Yeah.
And we're close to 7. So I just think, like, best case scenario, let's say some company puts out something and it's just like already has Nintendo like launcher loaded on from day one. It's just a base version of Windows. I don't know what. It's not going to be $400. It's going to be $500, $600, $700, $800. It's a big company that wants to take a loss. Like, that's the other thing. These companies take a loss on this hardware, or they're charging $1,200.
And I love Steam and I love Steam Deck, but there's one reason I love this thing, because it feels like a fucking console. Mm-hmm. It's not because it's a PC. It's because I turn this shit on and I'm right into my games. I don't have to load up Windows and worry about drivers or any of that shit. I just turn it on and it's a game console. So, like, even a lot of people who do have Steam libraries, they still,
you have, what's your setup?
You want that console.
If you want to, like, put it on a TV or monitor, what's your setup for the Steam Deck? Do you have like a USB? Do you have like a USB portal with a mouse and keyboard hooked to it that you can plug?
I got a dock. Yeah, I got a dock with a mouse and keyboard hooked to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine for a desk, but in your living room, you wouldn't want that.
No.
And
the point of the Steam Deck is to get away from your setup. Is to get like I like being able to walk away from my area where a lot of people work and shit, and they like I don't feel like playing video games in the same area I've just been working for the last 8 hours.
Yeah,
you know?
for their conclusion to be true, you'd have to have 50, 60 million Steam Deck, Asus, Allieds, and stuff in the marketplace, you know, to get rid of to make Nintendo's hardware not needed. And that's even low. It'd have to probably be higher than that because I'm like I said, Nintendo's used to games selling 20, 30, 40 million on the Switch. On a Steam Deck or Asus, like you might get a million sales. You know, you might get two. But PC users obviously would buy games too, like sitting at your desk playing PC. That I think Nintendo would get an extra couple million sales out of a game. Like if Tears of the Kingdom, if they decided to launch that, this holiday or early next year on PC, you probably get a couple million sales at least on PC.
I think it would be similar to what's going on with PlayStation. Like, yeah, those games they get a little bump, but it's not like, oh my god, people are selling their PS5s over it.
Because again, the PC gamers they have a completely different mindset. Like I can't talk. Like my buddy and his friends, they know about Cyberpunk because of all the glitches and stuff, and it's a PC first kind of game. But you try to like talk about, I'm trying to just think of like some recent third party games. My cat just started meowing, but like I mentioned Resident Evil before. You got like Street Fighter 6.
Street Fighter 6,
playing those games. That's not the type of games a PC. Like hardcore PC gamers playing. There are some
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, they're playing Baldur's Gate. Whatever.
Total War and shit.
You still get games like
Among Us,
like farming sims and stuff like that. Stardew Valley type games. Yeah, those are popular on consoles as well, but those are definitely big in the PC market. What's that one that's like it's finally coming to like PS5 and Xbox. It's like made out of voxels, so it has very destructible environments. It's like a first person game, but everything's destructible, and it's been out on PC for like a couple of years now, and it's really cool. Yeah. I don't know what the actual game is, but yeah, I just think
it's gonna go gangbusters on console. I doubt it.
Yeah, I just think that a console gamer doesn't really understand PC gamer mindset, and a PC only guy I don't think quite understands console gamers mindset. It's like Sony's been doing this for a while. Yeah, they release them way later because they just announced Forbidden West is coming to PC. I don't know the date. I don't know if it's early next year.
They just said early next year.
And,
they said early next year.
2 years later or a year later?
Probably
2 years
probably
later.
February.
That came out last year. So
about 2 years
later. I think that's a decent strategy because you're not really you're not competing.
PC gamers don't think that's a decent.
No, but
because they want it sooner. T
for Sony,
they want it sooner.
You don't have to worry about competing with the PC version and stuff, and maybe it could be a year instead of 2 years or something. But
I think most of them have been a year or somewhere around there.
Well, I mean,
this is actually pretty long.
God of War was quite a few years because the game came out in 20.
Well, yeah, because they had,
but
right.
That was I think that sold over 1 million like pretty quickly on PC. So it's like it's just a little. The game's already made, just whatever it takes to get it on PC. They have had a few issues with PC ports. I guess the people doing Horizon Forbidden West is one of the best.
Is it Nixus or somebody?
Yeah,
they bought that company to port games PC.
And I'd be curious. Like that's a game that looks amazing on PS5. I'd love to see that running on. Not that I'll ever have a 4090, but I'd be curious to see what.
I bet that game looks disgusting. 4090.
So anyway, I'm not even going to tell him we talked about this because he's probably going to listen and be like crushed by our.
Oh no!
I mean, really,
he doesn't need to know.
It all came out, and we can get into because we were couldn't make last week because I had freaking sinus pressure like crazy, and we had the whole Phil Spencer Xbox emails and stuff, and I did see a lot of people saying, well, we can talk about the whole meat of it, but for this one point, which kind of ties into what the PC gaming, Nintendo games on PC discussion, I seen the biggest pro I seen people use is, oh, this will help Nintendo reach a wider audience.
That's a lie.
No.
Yeah, Xbox reach a wider
audience. Xbox,
the
fuck?
The fuck is
that?
Come
on. I was like, I mean, yeah, in a percent, there definitely be more people would pick up or be playing Nintendo games especially if they're on Game Pass day one. Yeah, there's a lot of Xbox guys that would try these games. I don't know how millions wise, but that's why it kind of branched into that Nintendo could just release on PC if they wanted to, if they felt they needed to reach a wider audience, they could just release it themselves. Was kind of the counter argument I thought.
Wider audience makes no sense to me anyway. When you have Halo that sells like 1 million, and Mario Kart 8 that sells like 50 million, what wider audience do they need?
Yeah, to me that's insane.
Because the wider audience would be the PC side of it, I think. I mean, yeah,
it's
Xbox...
like what you said earlier. It's going to be like 1 million people, maybe a couple million. That's nothing.
Well, I mean, I guess putting Nintendo games on Steam, because that's what they do with their games. I guess that technically, yeah, but you're also lessening the audience because a lot of people ain't buying no damn Xbox.
That's true.
They play Nintendo games. So come on, it makes no sense.
It would be interesting just to see some of the guys that are just always shitting on Nintendo games if they were.
Yeah, I don't even know if they would actually even show up.
Hey, listen.
Would those guys suddenly be like hyping up we got Zelda coming day one on Game Pass, or would they still be
listen. It'd be the same switch up that happened when people tried to disregard Nintendo and console wars, and then the Switch came out and started selling gangbusters, and they were like,
right,
well.
Nintendo just knows their audience.
They're not really part of this conversation.
Nintendo just caters to their audience. They know their audience. That's why they're doing so well.
They just do well for their audience, and that's fine. I'm glad they're supporting. But Xbox, though,
I think it'd be similar to, because I had listened to Xbox in the podcast, and I think it'd be something similar because they've been disrespecting the shit out of Banjo-Kazooie. I just want to jump through the fucking computer and punch them because they were like, they're talking about IPs that Rare has that they can bring back. And most of them lean towards Conquer, which I don't know why. Like Conquer,
because it's an adult content. It's adult content, T.
And it's like
that game did not sell well.
Banjo.
There's alcohol in there and shit.
Banjo just does not get any respect from these guys, and I'm so annoyed. It's like, Conquer because it's pissing and shitting and talking. That's the only reason. The better games are the Banjo games by far. Yeah. So it's just the stupidest thing. And that would be the same thing they would do with Nintendo games. They wouldn't care about getting Mario. They don't, if they wanted to play Mario, they play it. That's same thing they say about us.
Because if they're gonna be like, we want Banjo, then they're like admitting they want the Tinky Winky. They don't want that. They want the cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
exactly.
Right.
And I think a lot of Nintendo fans would love a new Banjo, especially if it looked like a good game.
Nintendo fans are the ones who want it. They want it more than Xbox fans do, and it's on their console. What the fuck?
Yeah. You want to expand an audience? Fucking make those games, and then we'll play them on your systems or in your Steam or whatever.
They'll get some portion of the money. I don't fucking know. It'll go back to Microsoft at some point.
I think there's a pretty good chance we'll get Banjo after ABK goes through, because I think Toys for Bob is a good studio to.
Oh no, they are absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that's what's going to happen.
I think people's concerns when they saw, they were like, Microsoft, we can't just keep doing this. We can't just keep being like, let's plot and just buy everything. Because you know who else does that? And people are really starting to have an issue with? Disney does that. And it's the same shit where it's like, after a while.
You nailed it. See, that was my main, because I was from the beginning, I was saying ABK is going through. There's an ace in the hole. And I'm like, you can't stop this deal because nobody stopped Disney from buying Fox. That was a huge acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
All that IP, if you didn't stop that, you can't stop them from buying Call of Duty. That would be
Avatar, Alien.
Right. How much stuff came out of that? X-Men. Everything came out of that. So
I've watched a lot of movies lately, and there's a lot that start with the 20th Century Fox logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't think about it, but that shit's wild. Shit was wild.
And I was like, if you didn't stop that FTC, you got no argument against Call of Duty and World of Warcraft. Get the fuck out of here with that.
My concern is that like when people, and you know what, I don't even know why people were surprised. Yeah, Microsoft starts getting chummy with Nintendo, and it's been what, years now since they made that whole like unofficial but official partnership, and people didn't think in the background that Microsoft wasn't plotting. Man, please.
Well, see, here's my thing. Like, because I've said it to you guys, and I've said it in the video. I think I don't think he thought he could actually get a Nintendo. Like, I think he was sitting around, but like, man, that would be a fucking career move if I could actually do it. But there's no fucking way I can do that because, unlike buying Activision, buying Nintendo is buying a direct competitor. You're taking a direct competitor off the table, and no regulatory board on this planet is going to let that stand. Nobody. So you can want to do it, but it's not going to happen. It just, it legally won't happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was never worried about it actually happening, but honestly, like,
of course, like if I had $1 billion or $20 billion or however many $1 billion it would take, I would be sitting around. Who could I buy to make more money? That's what I would do.
I personally don't. I didn't like to see that was like a dream of his. Like, to me,
because it sounds like he's been plotting. That's what it sounds
whether
like.
He's plotting, I don't care if it's Phil Spencer. I don't care if it was Jim Ryan or whoever. Like,
well, they tried to buy him, and they asked to buy them in what was it, 2000, and then they laughed him out of the room. Yeah. They were like, "Are you serious? No way."
That's one of those things. Like, I don't know. This is just a longtime Nintendo fan guy, but I know he can't say, "I'd love to be president of Nintendo someday." Or, he can't say that because he was saying it to other Xbox people or other executives, I believe. I just don't like that the thought that he dreams of being part of the acquisition of Nintendo versus like working for Nintendo was something that would made me feel good. But obviously he's not going to say that to that group of people. So I just to me, like, the fact that that's even a dream of yours, it's almost like when somebody tells you they're like, somebody's like, oh, my dream is to own whatever, like a yacht or something. I'm like, that's your dream? Like, that's crazy. Like, like,
well, my thing is, how many?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how many companies or head of companies are sitting around out there who had that same thought, but their fucking emails didn't get leaked?
Yeah, that's it. You never know. I think for me on a personal level,
they don't want to make games. They want to have that money, that reach. When they say things like that, they're not thinking about, oh, we want to make games with a Nintendo spirit and shit, because like their own audience doesn't care. They don't care. They just want that reach and the money that Nintendo has and all their ventures and everything.
Yeah, it's almost like I said, like Retro just said, I was kind of thinking that too. It's like the mindset isn't like, how do we compete with Nintendo? It's like, can we buy Nintendo? Kind of like, maybe that, I'm just paraphrasing, but just
because it sounds more business than like,
because I've said this 100 times. I worked for this nice family-owned, very successful business, and we were bought out by this big corporation, and these idiots just kept making bad decision after bad decision. Almost, I'm surprised I still have a job. Like, I can't believe the business is still open. Some of the dumb decisions these idiots made that they never even stepped foot in our building, didn't know anything of how we operated. We were very local focused, very customer focused. We had a very broad range of products. And then they try to force this, and we're a distribution. We don't make anything. They tried to force all these manufacturing ideas on us, and it just we almost went under. Luckily, we rebounded. They had to undo a lot of the mistakes. We're still suffering. So anytime I hear about any executive, any discussions, I immediately think of all the bullshit I've had to go through. So it's a kind of a personal experience for me.
For me, it's like, I think, as far as Nintendo goes and what they thinking about their portfolio, I think it's Japan. They want Japan. They want to get into Japan, and that's not easy. That is not an easy thing. You can't just stroll in and just like, who else has done it? Like, Sony and Nintendo especially, they've been able to cultivate audiences outside of Japan because they were the first ones out there to do it. Mm-hmm. Like, they were the first companies doing that, and it took, they were the only game in town, so of course they're going to sell everywhere. when you're an American company, to be able to just stroll into Japan and sell, that's not an easy thing. And Microsoft has shown, obviously, and they've done like really, they've made some really good games to try to break into that audience. On a 360, they had like, what was it, Blue Dragon, and they had what's the Square, the former Square dude made the game. What's the RPG? Fuck, I have it. I can't remember. Lost Odyssey or something like that. Was it Lost Odyssey? That was a really good, RPG, but that didn't move because it is hard to break into a foreign market. It's just a hard thing to do if you haven't.
Because originally Xbox, the way they started was like, look, we are not them. That was their whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. Well, because they were trying to establish themselves where they knew they had the best chance, which is America. So, dude, bro. That's worked for them,
But they shot themselves.
I think honestly they should be more concerned about Europe. I know they do better in Europe than Japan, but still, that seems like a more reasonable.
Well, I think that's why they were like, we'll wait on the CMA. We'll let them whatever they want to do. Like they could have closed the deal over them, but they're like, nah. We have too much trouble in Europe as it is. We don't want any issues in UK.
I will say this: I'm surprised how bad their foothold in Europe kind of fell off. Because I remember, I don't know if it was just me, but I remember like in the 360 era, they had kind of a chokehold for a while in that area.
Well,
I think
they did. Do you know what happened? Fucking focus changed, Connect, and then as much as people don't like Jim Ryan here, he murdered them in Europe. That was his territory. He kicked their ass over there with the PS4, especially. And, it was the Xbox One that basically ruined everything for them.
The 360
came to that market.
It was the lead platform for most developers.
Yeah,
it was other than the Red Ring of Death. I mean, it was a powerful system. Even years later, it was still capable. And
it was Don Matrick and TB for the fucking Xbone One.
What would the world be right now if they just followed up with the 360 with the Xbox 720 and just made it very gaming focused, lead platform still, the power match or exceeded PS4, it would be a completely different scenario.
Yeah, they got arrogant. Everybody, I don't know why. History, you think history would fucking show you to not be arrogant? Nintendo did it with the N64. Fucking Sony did it with the PS3. Obviously, Xbox screwed up with the Xbox One. Like, you think you're always gonna sell. We look how well we did last generation. Wii and Wii U. Like, no, you have to do what you did then. You can't just rest on your laurels and shit.
Partly arrogance. It also could have been, well, look at how well Connect sold, 10 million.
That's what I'm saying.
They saw the
That's
money,
the arrogance,
and again, thinking of idiot executives making bad decisions for my company. They're like, we need to make that the focus. 10 million in a couple years. We need to run with that. And everybody else might have been like, no.
I think it sold 20 million. I think the Connect sold like 20 million.
The head person just probably said, no, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then,
Don Matrick. That was the problem. He saw the sales of the Connect at the end of the 360, and he was like, we're going to shove this shit into the Xbox One, even though most people didn't want that shit. Like, it was...
And it was not like it was like this super advanced tech over the Connect 1. Connect 2 wasn't like anything better than the previous one. Like,
because over here in Europe, even Nintendo wasn't that big when I was growing up and stuff. When the PlayStation 2 that took over. It's like what you guys said. It was a do-bro machine. Every fucking household had one because everybody was playing fucking FIFA and shit because of soccer the way it is over here. And then when the 360 had, a lot of people did go there and it was going pretty well. But yeah, then Nintendo hit later with the Wii, and then they started catering to that market, and that's what killed them. The Kinect and all that stuff. Because then everybody was like, you know what? We'll just stick with the PlayStation because we don't want to play Kinectimals, while we're drinking beer all together and shit.
It really was a trifecta of things. It was forcing to Kinect and then having to charge $100 more. It was the fact that the system was weaker at $100 more. And it was that whole fucking debacle with the used game shit. Oh, and, always online. That shit murdered them. And Sony did a boss-ass move. This is how you play your used game.
Still
Yeah.
funny.
And that was the end of Xbox One.
That was the
that
turning
was the
point.
end.
There's that series about football, the turning point in any game. That was the turning point in the console
that was
generation.
They were dead after that.
And not to mention the system
Phil Spencer has been trying to bring it back ever since that goddamn moment. He has been that Don Matrick led them down, that effed them up. Oh, if you want to play offline, then you buy a 360. What? You're trying to sell a new system, and you're talking about telling people to go to 360 if they want to play off games offline. I think there's a fourth
trifecta, and that's how big and ugly the Xbox One was. It is an ugly, big box.
It's hideous to begin with. But they wanted to match what a cable box looked like because it was all about TV. Dumb shit.
Where's Muhammad when we're talking about Xbox for so long? I see. And that's true. Somebody mentioned earlier, like Phil's first thing he said was, "We're not gonna pay for we're not gonna pay for exclusive content anymore. Or let Sony do that." And
I agree with that.
I hate that works. That sways people, but that's that was also a turning point. Where you're like, all right, we're gonna let Sony have the exclusive Call of Duty stuff, and like that was a mistake too. It sucks, that was Activision getting greedy and getting extra money. And Microsoft started it. I don't know who came up with the idea, but they did it with the 360. I remember
I was there
getting the DLC first and stuff, and then he said, we're not going to do that. And I actually agree with that. I wish Sony didn't do it either, though. I wish they both said, no, we're not paying for that. We're not paying extra for that.
See, they played the game, and Activision's the one who really won in that situation.
Time exclusives go back to like Super Nintendo.
No, I'm talking about the
money
the money had for ads and getting the DLC first.
Oh, we talking about what do you call that? Marketing rights.
Yeah. That to me was like, that was a big swing because a lot of Xbox guys switched to PS4 for Call of Duty that generation.
Yeah.
Because of that. They wanted those DLC maps a month sooner.
These hoes ain't loyal.
So no. I wish Sony would have said no.
When it comes to Call of Duty,
I wish they would have said no. We're not paying you for a month lead on the DLC.
When it comes to Call of Duty, there is no loyalty whatsoever. Whatsoever. Certain IPs commanded, but that is not the one at all.
And talk about a different type of gamer. The Call of Duty every year gamer, like that's just a completely different type of gamer, like PC gamer, like console gamer than you have the Call of Duty guys. They don't play anything else. They literally, like, you talk about another game and they're like, oh, what's that? What's that? And like, they're talking about Call of Duty getting their guns diamond still. Like my cousin and my brother, and I'm like, that's still a thing. Like you guys are getting diamond version of your guns. Like really? Like that was 10 years ago for me. That was 12 years ago, I think. 10, 12.
You don't care about that stuff, man.
2012 was the last time, like Black Ops 2, that I cared about that stuff. Yeah, it's one of those things, man. It was a perfect storm for Sony and for good, and Xbox for things to go sour, and it just sucks. But it is what it is, and it's funny because, I mean, I was 360 was my favorite console that generation without a doubt. Like PS3 was my least favorite. Wii was a close second to the 360, but that was my console. That was my main gaming platform.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there was nothing that was going to stop that. If Microsoft would have just continued, like we said with Nintendo and the Wii U, all the mistakes they made with the Wii U, I might have never picked up a PS4 if the Xbox came out strong. So, that's history.
It didn't look like a 1988 VCR.
And I honestly, I don't think I would have even owned, if my buddy didn't show up one day with a 1S and Call of Duty, I probably would have never owned an Xbox One. And I mean, the S was a fine system. It just, it was a pretty significant drop off, graphically, performance wise, just from even the base PS4, especially though I had the PS4 Pro for a year or so, and going to the Xbox One S, it was just like, yeah, this definitely is noticeably, the games look noticeably worse.
Yeah, we started getting new resolutions, 900p. What the fuck is that? I never heard of such things.
Now
I heard of 720. I heard of 1080. What the hell is 900?
Because the Switch.
Now we got 504 because
386p and dock or handheld.
Never heard of these resolutions in my life.
Hey, look. Here's my thing. When we got these weird resolutions on the Switch, okay, fine, we're compromised because of handheld. What the fuck was the Xbox excuse?
It
Oh well,
it was the
it was
the GPU and the slower RAM. I mean, it was
the power of the cloud. Remember that was coming.
XCloud, baby. XCloud.
There was some really good looking games.
Gang.
There was some good looking games on the like Gears, Halo. Well, I don't know about Halo. Forza.
Oof, damn.
Good.
Halo 5 looks good.
Probably. I didn't see it.
Yeah, Halo 5 look good. It's just a piece of shit.
I just
when you
crack.
Listen, when you go back to Xbox One, I'm always.
I just remember
what?
Halo 5.
What?
Oh, that was Halo,
God,
Infinite. Craig.
Oh, Craig. That's Craig.
All I was gonna say is that when it comes to Xbox One, I think the main thing was just that the game selection was really, really poor.
Yeah.
And it never really got better.
But the PS4
it never got better.
No. It had a pretty strong launch, but that was pretty much it. After that, it was just like
PS4. We couldn't get like consistent string of games. That was the problem. Every time we like I'll give you that. The beginning was fine enough to carry them through, but like I think after maybe Sunset Overdrive, I think was like the last.
Overdrive, it was just like nothing.
It was nothing. The best thing we got was like, ooh, here's Ori, or ooh,
Rare
here's
Replay.
Cuphead. Like,
Rare
like you get these small little victories,
when was Ori?
But like all their major titles would just struggle.
The thing is, they had the plans, they had the plans to conquer this audience. Even some of us, or even me, for example, I was like, man, I could almost get an Xbox with all these games they're planning. Sunset Overdrive looked wicked fun. They had the freaking game that now I forgot the name of, the one with the dragon that they canceled,
Yeah.
A lot of people were like,
Scalebound, that was big.
Yeah,
Scalebound, yeah.
But then they canceled all the plans they had. Yeah, on the Switch.
They still talk about Scalebound like it's actually gonna come out. It's funny.
Because at this point,
because the last gameplay you saw of that was wicked expensive of Scalebound.
They hate Kamiya though. They're like, oh, good, he's leaving Platinum Games.
Are we gonna mention that Kamiya's left Platinum Games, by the way?
It's like they never made a good game anyway.
Before we get into that, since we were talking about resolutions and stuff, we should talk about probably the last day and date third-party game to hit Switch, Mortal Kombat 1. That game that has to be the most drastic drop-off. Obviously, it's PS5, Series X, Series S only, so it's not like there's a in-between version. But that's the biggest cutbacks for a game that
it's kind of unfair because the game can look better than that. Just look at Mortal Kombat 11. I mean, it clearly can look better.
It looks better. I just don't think it's massively.
No, it's not anything crazy. But it looks so bad. Look how bad that game looks now.
And that
I think it was a day and date thing. It's like, these companies trying to put out 5 different versions on day one and shit. That's a lot, bro. That is a lot. And then of course the Switch version is going to be the least cared about version. So. Which doesn't really make sense because it's the most popular console.
But since we were talking about resolution, it's not an HD game on Switch. It's like, I think they said it averages around 504p or something. And
does that game need to be on Switch?
In docked, and they cut back. There's no facial animations. The character polygon counts are significantly lower. The backgrounds are just blurry mess of.
I watched it side by side. I'm like, oof.
It's not even close to hitting 60 either. So they definitely it could be optimized. It's definitely Mortal Kombat 11 proved that you could have a pretty decent performance. But it's just that's definitely, I said years ago about when you get to that line where it's just not worth porting to Switch, the sacrifices are too great. I said that with Wolfenstein too. That was 2018.
It was rough.
I thought that was got right at the line of not worth the cuts, the sacrifice to the visuals and performance. And here we are.
I think the worst thing is that part of the game wasn't even on the cart. And, I bought it like a dumbass.
I don't know about Mortal Kombat 1. I know that the file size for the digital version is 30 gigs versus 100 and something on PS5. So they had to, that's the other problem with the Switch. Even if the Switch 2 is powerful enough, is
textures. those textures take up a lot of gigs, to take up a lot of space. So,
but also those characters are
the
backing up
graphical-
and they're going like into the background, like that, which looks cool if that was intended. But they're like going, they're gonna becoming small. They're going into the background, and you can't fight them anymore, like because they're so.
The graphical thing is one thing, that's what you're gonna get. If it's on the Switch, you gotta make it look less okay. But there's a difference between having the graphics and the devs not giving a shit and having like a list of glitches that are this high. That has nothing to do with the other thing. That's just laziness.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like a rush job. That's what it feels like.
It's rushed. That's what it's rushed. That's what I'm saying. They're rushing to get day and date because they want the game to come out. That's noble, but if the game isn't up to par,
it's misguided.
Just wait.
I think honestly they should have just make it a cell shaded game or something. Just completely have a unique art style that works.
That would actually be pretty cool.
Just
for Mortal Kombat that'd be weird, but I get it.
But
I mean, not like an ultra
cartoon. Some games have done that where the Nintendo version was just a very different game, and just do that. Then give it like a cool art style or something insteed of like.
That takes time, and they don't want.
They
already didn't have enough of that.
You could strip the polygons down to next to nothing and just put a pixel art version of the character over it. I mean, to me,
but you know what happens when you do that version? That gives you more incentive to buy it, even if you bought the other version. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, this is cool. This is a different version of the game. Let me play that. That happened a lot on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, where the games were completely goddamn different. Now, I know you can't do that today because budgets are insane, obviously. But, I'm just saying, like, just to change it up a little bit, to make
put some effects over it, hide it, do something. But
because
like,
honestly,
if you're not gonna put in the effort to remove the glitches, then just don't bother.
Right.
Well, they said they were gonna fix something, but
is there any collection of Mortal Kombat games on Switch, like some of the old games? I played the Mortal Kombat 2 1-up arcade at Best Buy.
Is there a Mortal Kombat? And is there a Mortal Kombat collection? Period.
I thought there was. Maybe not.
I don't think so.
But is there any way to play Mortal Kombat 2 like these days? Because I played the 1-up arcade at Best Buy, and I had fun playing it. Like, it's way more fun than the new game.
Let's go to Google and check.
Just make it look like the old school, but call it Mortal Kombat 1 and have all the character rosters and the maps, and just have it look more like the old style. Like, to me, that would be, like I said, that would be a reason to buy both versions. But if you got a PS5, I might buy the Switch version anyway because it's a unique version and it'd be fun.
To be fair, I don't know if they fixed it yet, but Mortal Kombat has its own issues. I remember we couldn't even fucking play together in like X. That's like one game ago or some shit. It was region locked online. Like, what is that? Like, they have their own problems already. I don't even know if this game fixes it, but now every time I'm getting paranoid. Oh, Mortal Kombat. I'm like, but will I be able to play it with people?
That's a good point, but I honestly, I think it would have been worth it for them to do something unique, do a unique version. But whatever. I wonder how many people bought the Switch.
Oh, there's
trash.
There's an arcade collection that came out back in like 2011, 2012 for the PS3 and Xbox 360.
That long ago, huh?
But I heard it looks like it was not received well.
Of course.
And honestly, playing it, like, I forgot how limited the moveset was in the original Mortal Kombat 2, 1 and 2. Like, you couldn't do a whole lot. The blood was really the standout. You do your drop kicks, your uppercuts, and a few special moves.
Everybody had like 3 special moves or something, I think.
But it wasn't very combo based in that. This third one started like the combo system.
Yeah,
I remember Shaq Fu tried to ape off of that whole blood code thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, first of all, you're Shaq Fu. Second of all,
I like Shaq Fu.
Isn't that game just a meme game?
Of course you like Shaq Fu. Of course you like Shaq Fu.
It's a meme ass game.
I think
you talking about the original Shaq Fu? You like that?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Before. I like.
Can we not do this?
The fact that you had like a big
please don't.
Listen, with smaller characters. I like the variety of the characters.
Oh no! Yeah.
You can literally cheese that whole game by doing sidekick, and sidekick your character all the way into the corner, and they can do nothing. They can do nothing. It is a broken fucking game.
Into being here right now, I'm just gonna say that.
But
Shaq Fu, bro.
I was just thinking about how cool it would be though, like with the Switch 2, to have like Street Fighter 6 on the go, Mortal Kombat, a good version of Mortal Kombat, a good version of Tekken. Like that's kind of appealing. I wonder what's Mortal Kombat 1 like on the Steam Deck. Is it have a PC version?
Does it have a PC version?
Does Mortal Kombat 1 have a PC?
Yeah, it's on Steam Deck.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I think my days
it looks better than that.
The one-on-one fighter are gone as far as buying one. But I think it still would be cool if they had a good version, and like I said, if they did like a throwback style, visual style or something. I mean, it basically is at that lower resolution with those shitty textures. You might as well just go all in with it. Like, what do they say? Like embrace it. Make that.
I can play any fighter I want on my Steam Deck. Anything you can think of.
Clocked said something about playing Smash last weekend. I was binge watching some shows and stuff, and I never got back to it. But
I was working. I would have played.
Pretty fun.
Working as well.
It's been a while. But I
was just doing errands.
I've been binge watching Star Wars Rebels, and then I binge watch Andor, and that's my Saturday and Sunday.
How many seasons of Rebels are there?
4.
3? 4.
But they're like 20-something episodes, but they're short. They're 24-minute episodes, and there's like 20-something. And some of them are just like, this is so like poorly written, made for kids. And then there's some really fucking amazing episodes.
That's how Clone Wars was. This is like the first 2 seasons of Clone Wars. Don't wipe your ass with those. After that, it starts getting like good.
First season of Rebels is like, this is stupid. Like Stormtroopers, TIE fighters never hit anything. Like I'd swear the first 2 seasons, no one ever got hit, no ships ever got damaged. Every once in a while, my shields are getting down. And then there's a few episodes where the TIE fighters just come in, 2 shots, blow up a ship because they need a ship to blow up, and it's like, it's just stupid inconsistency.
I would say Clone Wars, they killed a lot of motherfuckers. That was a murderous ass
no one gets
show.
Hurt. Hardly anybody gets hurt at all. They're just deflecting everything with lightsabers, and just stormtroopers just can't hit anything, and it's just
Clone Wars was not afraid to kill people off.
I got halfway through the movie. I forgot the animated movie was the first thing. Yeah. I got halfway through and I meant to finish it and I haven't. But anyway, what'd you say? Hideki Kamiya's leaving Platinum?
He's leaving Platinum this month.
I mean,
I wonder what's going on. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's up with Platinum anyway. Like, what are they doing? What is Platinum doing outside of their collab?
They felt like they've lost something. I don't know what they've lost.
Yeah. He hasn't directed anything since like the first Bayonetta game or Wonderful 101.
Yeah,
that was the last thing he directed.
You remember when they did the crowdfunding for Wonderful 101 ports? And then you heard they built some new studio or bought a new studio.
To me, it was all over then. I was like, this is going to be the beginning of the end for Platinum.
Because Wonderful 101, I mean, it hit its goals really, exceeded. But then you heard they either bought or built a new facility. And I'm like, and then they wanted to self-publish. I'm like, man, what are they trying to do here? Just stay in your lane. Do what you're good at, like. And then they partner up with Square, and they had that trash. I forget what it's even called.
Babylon's Fall.
Then they had, what else did they? I feel like they had another one. I mean, the Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, there was another one.
What, you want Astral Chain?
Astral Chain was
no. There was another third party like.
Yeah, that shitty Turtles game.
No, that was before. That was a while. That was a while.
Maybe Babylon's.
It still hurts.
They had to have had because Astral Chain and Bayonetta
there was something else.
Switch only. So
are you looking it up? Because I'm about to.
No, he's working on.
I'll look it up. Yeah, they definitely had another kind of shit game.
I feel like they did, but I can't think.
Was Babylon? I feel like they had another. I mean,
they had to have something between Astral Chain, Bayonetta 3, and Babylon's Fall. That can't be the last.
No, they had
3 games since 2018.
Well, didn't they work on the other Nier game, the remake for Nier?
No, I don't think so.
Wikipedia. What we got?
Hold on.
Well, they put out the Wonderful
All right, here we
101
go.
ports,
We got
which were underwhelming.
Titles.
No, they did. Okay, they did Nier.
What the hell is World of Demons?
I forgot Star Fox Zero. All right, so Wonderful 101 Remastered, World of Demons.
What the hell is that?
Soul Cresta. That was the one I was trying to remember. And then Babylon's Fall.
And it was the fall of Platinum.
Yeah,
I think. But they put out. They also put out the Origins. Bayonetta
Yes, Raisin, Lost Demon. Which
that's what that was. Lost Demon.
I heard that was good, but
I mean, it's not my type. I tried the demo. It didn't really grab me. But
and Project GG I think that got canned because
we never heard anything after that.
I'm thinking that he was directing that one, so I think that one's not going to happen now.
I think the biggest hit was when the Bayonetta 2 director left the company because he.
Oh yeah, well,
I think him and Kamiya were, I'd say, pretty much on par. And they lost him, and it was like I was worried about Bayonetta 3, and I mean Bayonetta 3 is a good game, but it wasn't like stellar like the Bayonetta 2 was.
No. But I mean, it's
compared to some of the games they did that just bombed and got canceled. It's surprised that they even lasted this long.
I was gonna say Legend of Korra, was that them?
That was like their C team.
Yeah. I remember Legend of Korra.
Which is weird because didn't they also do the Transformers game? But for some reason,
that Transformers game.
That one was received better, though. I've heard.
Yeah, but it's still very, very redundant.
Transformer Devastation.
Yeah.
It's still very.
I love that one. That one is so fucking good. But that's before the Turtles even.
It's at least visually good. I think it has.
That's why I hate.
They didn't have a lot of.
That's why I hated what they did with the Turtles because Transformers Devastation is so good in the combat, the visuals, the transforming and aspect, and the way it looked, the story. And so then I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, do the Turtles. And then you play the Turtles, it was like, holy shit, like a wasteland.
Yeah,
I think they were just doing license games.
That is their problem. They just the consistency is so bad.
Yeah,
a Turtles game in Platinum should have been amazing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no excuses for it. I
really wish Nintendo would have just bought them. I really wish they would have just bought them because we know they would have.
Well, here's the question: Where do you think Kamiya's gonna go?
He's probably gonna try to start his own studio. That's my guess.
Probably. I really hope he doesn't.
He's the type of arrogant, cocky dude that's gonna think he's.
Yeah, you hear that, but then I hear people talk all the time about he's just playing a character when he's on Twitter.
Oh,
he's
really?
nothing like that when you he's a very likable, nice dude when you talk to him, but he just
could be
for whatever on Twitter he's this character in a caricature.
That became his gimmick basically. He's just living it up like that way. Like I highly doubt that he's all angry behind his computer.
But a lot of those
I've heard it from like 5 different people, 5 different other
the Mega Man
developers.
Creator guy after Mighty Number 9.
Inafune, that's what I said. They're gonna work together.
Did he do anything after Mighty Number 9?
He started because he made Mighty Number 9, and I liked it.
It's like Mighty Number 9 comic books.
No, don't.
Retro liked it. Of course you liked
ripping people off.
Don't ever say that shit again, bro.
Then he started ripping people off with what was it, Red Ash or something?
Red Ash. I want to do a prequel comic book.
Don't bring that man up. Okay.
Like Kamiya said, he's a good businessman.
Exactly. That's exactly. And he's arguably not even that.
And he's not even that from what we've seen. So, but that was his best quality. He's credited with Mega Man, but he's not the dude that actually made those games.
He's working at level 5.
Crowdfunding for he was.
Is he? That's hilarious.
That's what Downey says.
And if Fune's at level 5, oh Jesus. No
Which
wonder.
is weird because level 5 went through this weird resurgence of we're making games again. We're like, oh shit. So if I see Inafune get his hands on some shit, we're gonna have a problem, bro.
Oh man.
It's also kind of funny because I'm pretty sure doesn't level 5 do the Gun Vault series, or am I tripping? The Azure Gun Vault.
Those are pretty good.
Those I think so.
I think so, which is funny. It's funny that he ends up with the company that's doing essentially what Mega Man X's successor is.
Right.
All right, so I wanna completely change directions here.
Yeah.
I just saw Retro's Mario Galaxy and his Wii sitting there, so I'm gonna throw this. I know.
Okay.
Retro did a live stream talking about Wii library versus Switch, and
there's
just one criticism I had, and and that is comparing a Switch has a game that was like a new IP, and then but when the Wii's new IPs all got sequels on Switch, so those balanced out. But since the Switch is the newest system, they come up with a new IP. There's no way the Wii can have a Splatoon game because Splatoon came out in 2015.
Well, that's how it goes, though. That's exactly how it went when T and I debated Cube versus Wii.
But in my mind, if you're going to talk about, okay, new IPs for Wii and new IPs for Switch, then you take Xenoblade. You don't count Xenoblade 2 and 3 on Switch because you're talking about new IPs.
Yeah, I do.
You're talking about new IPs. What
no,
system had
the
what
the
new
debate
IPs?
wasn't new IP. It was the amount of IP each had, and then that devolved into the library thing.
Yeah, but
they each have their own Xenoblade, so that cancels each other's out.
But you
it's
can't.
not like who had it first.
Wait a minute, but
you're talking about Splatoon. Look at this new IP that Switch has. The Wii don't have Splatoon. The Wii had.
Well, yeah, but
the
that's
Wii
how it goes,
Splatoon was Xenoblade Chronicles, was the Lost Story or whatever, was Switch or Wii Sports. Those were the new IPs for the Wii that I would compare to the Switch's new IPs.
Yeah, count as new IP, but it doesn't change the fact that I'll reread the tweet because you're mistaking this debate that it was. It wasn't about who has the most new IP.
No, in that segment though, you're talking
differences of IP. Yeah, but then but you can say like, the Switch has Splatoon, which the Wii doesn't have. So that is something that the thing has. Just like the Wii would have like fucking like you said, like Last Story, that counts as for the Switch, or like Windows. I always forget the third game they did. But yeah, but you can't say
Pandora's
Tower.
Yeah, thank you.
But
think of it. Yeah,
the point is, you can't say. I mean, you can say it, but you're like, all right, the Switch has a 3D Kirby game, and it's like, but it all
which it does.
Wii had,
it's the first 3D Kirby ever.
The Wii had plenty of like some of the better 2D Kirby games ever made. So it's like, what do you?
Yeah, but the Switch also had a 2D Kirby.
Wait. What do you mean it's the best 3D Kirby? It's the only one.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the only one it is.
It is the only
Why
one.
not just compare the quality and amount of Kirby games?
Kirby's on the Wii,
why
right?
say, well, the Switch has a 3D Kirby game. The Wii doesn't have a 3D Kirby game.
Because we're going into this in a very wrong way. I should still have.
If you're just comparing the amount of those games.
Narrative is what
wait. What is a tweet?
Oh, wow.
I didn't make
those don't exist anymore.
You were.
So wait, what? I'm trying to make sure I understand the narrative.
Look it up. The whole, I'd have to look up the tweet because
the point I'm trying to make is you diminish the impact of the Wii getting Xenoblade Chronicles.
Umba said Switch has more.
Because 5-6 years later, the Switch has 2 sequels. That's because it came after. If
but you can't say it come after. It doesn't matter. The whole debate was about the IP that they both had. The person, I need to fucking read you this goddamn tweet because you're taking it way out of context.
I need you to calm down over there, buddy.
It's about the library and the IP. Yeah, the Wii had a Xenoblade, but the Switch also had its own exclusive Xenoblade. That's just how it works. That's the whole debate. That's the point. You can't count the new Xenoblade.
The original Xenoblade is more impactful, and it spawned 2 sequels.
Hey, T's on that shit. T bullshitting, and I already know how this is gonna go.
I'm just saying how I would look at it personally, like. You wouldn't have Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3 if Xenoblade Chronicles didn't come out on the Wii. Like, to me, that's a flagship new IP. That's an IP that is now a franchise.
That's travel bullshit. That doesn't matter in a library debate.
I guess you're talking about the total library, but the impact of the library you'd have to take into consideration.
I'm talking about the impact of the library.
The Wii destroys the GameCube.
We're purely talking
I need you to relax, my man.
We're purely talking about the numbers of IP that they each had. They both had their own Xenoblade IP.
What if the IP is shit? Who cares? What if the IP is straight garbage? You can't just. It's a number. It's a number. You just add to the numbers.
Yeah, okay. So you're saying, listen, I get what you're saying.
This is the tweet, word for word. Is the Switch the best Nintendo console? Game quality wise, it could very well be. Was top tier. My only gripe is a lack of IP variety. They really focus hard on a few franchises over and over. Because of this, I still think the Wii has the best library. It's not about who came first, who did it best. It's about the fact that who has the most IP or whatever. You can't say the Wii had this IP first, so it doesn't count. No, they both have their own Xenoblades, so it's a point for both of them. That's how it goes. The impact of the industry doesn't matter. He's purely talking about the numbers.
He said variety. I don't know about the
Yeah, but
variety
no,
of
but the
IP.
variety
in terms of different kinds
that's
of
what
games.
my whole problem was. That's why I did the live stream. The variety aspect. You can't say the Wii has a bigger variety in IP when I gave you all the examples for the Switch, like Fire Emblem Warriors, Zelda Warriors. These are things that the Switch doesn't have. You know,
The variety is
which is a new IP.
means diversity, you know. Well, I said like a variety of women. I like women from all over the globe. You know what I'm
Fuck
saying?
you, team. Fuck you, bro. Sick of your shit.
Yeah,
you in your mind cannot be okay that I'm counting.
This man's gonna be the Malcolm X of gaming. He keep fucking around.
What I'm saying is, all right, you were comparing IP. Well, the Switch has a Xenoblade and the Wii has a Xenoblade. If you're just saying checking a box, yeah, it has that IP. Both systems have that IP.
Yeah,
then you go to the IPs that existed after the Wii, like Splatoon, Mario Makers, whatever, and it's like, yeah, those existed after the fact. So for me, like, you can line up all the IPs, but if I'm going to compare libraries, I'm going to say, all right, just this example, I would break it down into multiple facets, but I would say what was the new IPs on the Wii, what was the new IPs on the Switch? Because of the new IPs on the Wii, most of those IPs ended up on Switch because now those are established franchises. So for me, it's just hard to just cancel those out, you know.
But you understand how ridiculous this argument is if you take into account the debate. Because that's why, because I mentioned T in the beginning of the live stream. That is why this fucking tweet hit me. Because T and I started this whole thing over 6 years ago about the Cube versus the Wii. It went nuts in the entire gaming sphere. We never got credit for that. T and I started that. So your arguments now are basically wiping T off the map. Now you're saying T can't count Metroid Prime like 3 because the game you started it. Like T can't count like Zelda because it was first on the Cube. It's a stupid argument. They have their own unique things.
It's like me counting other M. I won't count that shit.
Like I said, like
we're talking quality wise.
If you were like the GameCube didn't have Xenoblade Chronicles, then it's like no, because that's a new IP. Like that's why it's hard to just compare and say, oh, Switch has Splatoon and the Wii doesn't have Splatoon. Like you can't just you have to find an equivalent to Splatoon. You can't just say, oh, it didn't have Splatoon.
The whole point is that you can't find an equivalent. That's the point.
Wii Sports was a new IP that was popular and huge and got Wii Sports Resort.
Destroy anything on the GameCube, son.
On the Switch as well. Again,
no, there's Nintendo Sports.
You can add up all the Mario parties together, and they still didn't sell as much as the Wii Sports did.
See, but that's what I'm saying.
You need to chill out, bro. You like a crackhead.
I just disagreed with that. Oh, it doesn't have Splatoon. Well, you have to find an equivalent to Splatoon.
If we're talking, I guess if the argument is variety, then I would go by genre. Splatoon is a multiplayer shooter on the Wii. I mean, on the Wii U and Switch, right? That's what it is. Yeah. Does the Wii have anything that correlates to that? That's only on the Wii.
Your premise is that
there's not enough. We had more variety, supposedly.
The Switch has
more variety.
Variety and a better library. That was the whole point.
But I
don't agree with that shit at all.
Yeah, I'm not saying I agree with it. I just like some of the comparisons I felt for me personally, I would try to find
so the way I addressed it is that's what I did. I canceled out everything that is on both. And then I continued on the Switch because it had more IP variety. For example, I counted things like Pokemon Snap, the Warriors games, all these things. Like the Switch has an incredible, huge amount of IP. Luigi's Mansion, I'm sorry, but that is on Switch. It's not on the Wii. Like you can't say that the Wii has a better
it started
IP
on the GameCube, yo.
It should have been in the Wii. It was made for the Wii.
I hope you counted. Said the Switch doesn't have a 3D Metroid game.
I said it. I even said, look, to humor people, I won't even count things. But
I didn't have a 2D one.
I have my list. I counted stuff that was on that I gave in favor of the Wii, like the Donkey Kong. I don't think there's no Donkey Kong on the Switch. I say that. I give points where credit's due.
No Mario Kart on the Switch.
I said that. I literally said the Switch has no Mario Kart. The Wii has a Mario Kart.
At this point, it's
when
kind
you
of
count up the numbers, like.
but
it has become its own Mario Kart.
If you got all the new tracks and characters now.
I even counted stuff.
I'm sorry,
like I said. I counted Final Fantasy. I counted.
It's technically true, but it's not true.
I counted Curse Mountain. I was completely fair, but when
was it Nintendo exclusives or was it just games in general?
These are Wii Nintendo exclusives. All of these.
Because you also had a Silent Hill.
These are Wii games.
You had Silent Hill. You had exclusive Dead Space game. Like I mean,
and there's Ocean. I never said the Wii had shit. I'm saying if you compare the libraries, don't tell me the Wii has a better or more extensive library. Especially if your starting point is Nintendo themselves.
No, but here's the thing: the Wii does have. The Wii has more. What's the word I'm looking for?
It Link's crossbow training.
It has more games. It has more games that lends to its. What the Wii is about. You know what I'm saying? Like
better use of the system.
Yes.
It properly represented the system it was on, I guess is the best way to say it.
Yeah, it has more identity games. Games that you identify as, that doesn't happen if it wasn't for a Wii.
Also at the same time, if variety, I guess if that's the point of it, then just for me, when I compare, Odyssey's great, but I'll take Galaxy 1 and 2.
I said that. Galaxy is by far the best Mario game ever made. But again, you can't just say Donkey Kong and Pokemon, for example, because the Switch is Pokemon Snap, Arceus, and Mainline. These are all different Pokemon IP for me. These are different.
I don't know what the Wii had for Pokemon, to be honest.
The Wii has Battle Revolution in the
Battle Revolution and Pokemon. Yeah.
They didn't have a Mainline. That was all handheld.
No, Mainline. Remember, Mainline didn't show up on console until the Switch.
Didn't happen until the Switch.
The Switch is the first time I my Mainline games.
Being a handheld, definitely.
The Switch is a handheld, and that's why you got that bit because there was no handheld at that point.
Yeah,
and I'm not even counting stuff like the Battle Royale thing they did, and all that other shit, and Pokemon Cafe that is on there. If you count that counts as IP variety.
For I would say it's. I think for sure the Switch has, but the Switch.
Thank you, Lenny. More originality. Thank you. That's the word I was trying to find.
Didn't have to
easiest word.
The Switch didn't have to contend with a competing handheld, so it's pretty much an unfair.
That is the follow-up tweet.
The greatest competing handheld of all times, by the way. That bitch is
the DS
unmatched.
And the Wii. The DS was gonna. I mean, the Wii was popular too, but the DS, I would almost think. It's not. If you combine the DS and Wii, it wouldn't even be close.
But that's a stupid argument. Like that doesn't
not
count.
Really. If the Switch had a competing dedicated handheld that got
two different consoles.
If Nintendo had to, if Nintendo and Pokemon Company had to decide, am I going to put this on the Switch or I'm going to put it on this dedicated handheld system that's like the 3DS 2 or something, the Switch's library would be cut in half. I mean, that's just a fact. So it's just
we often merge
the
significant. We often merge the Wii U and 3DS together. We often did that ourselves. So
you can't. I mean, it's not. It's never gonna. No one console's ever gonna compete with the Switch's combined handheld and console divisions output.
I mean, we can say that, but remember, in the first 3 fucking years, we saw none of that shit. We were all saying, "Where are all these handheld studios? Why aren't they working?"
Now they're just in full swing.
Yeah, now we got Detective Pikachu. They should have just stayed on the
3DS. Hey, just stop. Don't bring that up.
You would have never got the main lines might still be on, if the Switch wasn't a hybrid.
Ayers, are we talking about quality, Ayers? Have you been on the eShop? Don't play with me, bruh. Don't play with me. Those games count as Switch games, my friend. So as far as shovelware, the Switch destroys everybody with the shovelware. Destroys it.
I had more physical Switch games at one point than I have currently, or Wii games than I currently have Switch games, and I thought everyone I owned was quality. But yeah, I mean, you got 2 legendary Zelda games versus 2, good Zelda games. You got, but
that's why I completely say to myself.
We got 2 stellar 3D Mario games, and the Switch got 1. So I mean, I saw Nintendo Life where somebody tried to make a video that Bowser's Fury is the best Mario game on the Switch. I didn't watch it. I didn't even watch it.
No.
Of course, the Wii shovelware. What about the fucking Switch's shovelware? Why did we never count the
that's
Switch?
what I just said.
Or the PS2's?
That's what I said.
What about the PS2 shovelware? It had more than probably the Wii.
PS2 had crazy shovelware too. Nobody ever talks about it because the PS2 won. But
the last time
PS2 I would even go as far as this. When you talk about shovelware, because I always bring it up for the Wii had a ton of shovelware, but a lot of shovelware that's like fucking I have it here, you know. You got Wii shovelware like Guns Reloaded or whatever, you know. But you play with the thing. When you look at the Switch shovelware, it's disgusting.
It is palette swap garbage land. It is just
it is.
Unity like fucking assets.
3 JPEGs. That's your game, you know.
Yeah, it is bad, bro. How many different clock? What do you call it? Application. How many clock applications there are alone for the Switch? Like really, a clock? It's embarrassing.
So about 2 years ago, I just want to point this out quick.
There's tons of them.
Before Best Buy it might have been before COVID or at slightly around time of COVID, but there was a point I went to Best Buy and I went to the Switch for physical. Did you know there's like the entire Harry Potter Lego? There's like a bunch of Lego Harry Potter games on the Switch.
Yeah,
physical releases. My buddy bought games, like some off-road racing games. He buys a gaming system and he just buys anything based off the box. He is Mr. Shovelware. He brought home games. I'm like, that's a physical game on Switch. There's a monster racing, like motocross game. It's absolute garbage. Physical releases. I mean, half the shelf was this junk. I didn't know
physical
existed.
Releases.
Who knew that there were all these Lego Harry Potter, Lego DC, there's like every Lego game ever made was on the like. Who knew that? Like, now you don't count them.
And shovelware
isn't started the shovelware, man. Like,
here's the thing about shovelware, and the point. I think the main point is that exactly shovelware isn't. Your system's so garbage. It has all these garbage games. No, it's because the fucking thing is popular as shit. That's why they got all that garbage, because they can just throw it out and play the numbers, and they'll make enough money off of that trash. That's because the install base is so high. That's why they make shovelware. They don't make shovelware for trash systems or systems that don't sell well.
Yeah, the Wii U didn't have a ton of shovelware.
No.
Yeah, because the Wii also didn't make any money.
It had some, but it had some in the beginning because they thought it was going to be the Wii, and they were like, "Oh shit, this ain't going to be the Wii. Let's get out of here."
The sad part is the Wii U has some of the most unique like indie games and stuff because of the gamepad. Because indie devs, they went all out for that shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, PS1. Fucking, I made the point that the DS, our coveted great. There's so much garbage on the DS, bro.
You don't want to play like fucking Leia's veterinarian life and shit.
What?
All right, I'm sharing my screen. This is Nintendo Switch games at best.
Donnie's like, I come back and it crashed.
I'm watching it up until it pauses. Let's see if it resumes. It says excellent connection. There we go. I think.
Yeah, we're back.
I think we're back. I'm watching.
We're back.
Yep, we're back. We made it, baby.
I told you. If you fast enough, that's happened to me a few times.
Had a little AMD.
Maybe I got. Oh, there it goes. Damn, it took mine's way longer to catch up on that one.
All right, we're back, guys. Thanks for waiting. I don't know. In the upload, it might just be seamless. So we had a little AMD driver
in the upload
messed up on my computer. So I was about to show all the shovelware. I went to Best Buy and looked up.
Best Buy took that hit out, bro.
Switch games, physical Switch games from lowest to high, price wise, and there's some junk on there. So let's see if I can get back into that.
He's about to instigate some shit. If it happens again, it's target.
Just bring up a fucking web page, no?
I already had the web page open. Is when I shared my screen that it.
It was I think they were out here instigating. I think that's what's happening.
It's also because it was loading on the stream, but not for us. Like we already had.
Yeah, I saw it on the stream, but I had to see it here.
All right, let's try it. I like how he had to like you got it right. Yeah,
it's
I'll
funny
get it.
Because it like as soon as it's going live, it's showing me right up until.
Now, if it crashes my shit, then this is a whole conspiracy. I want it to be staying.
All right, we're back. Sorry, I'm not gonna share my screen again.
Hold on.
There was some trash games on there though that.
So you said it's just Best Buy and then Switch games, right?
Then you gotta click physical, and then you gotta press low to high.
All right, gotcha. Video games.
Hopefully it won't freeze if I. I mean, it should be fine because it's just like one of your guys' cameras on.
Switch games.
So anyway, we're back, and we're just gonna try to finish this little segment and get out of here. It's all Ayers' fault for bringing up the shovelware of the Wii, like the Switch.
And
now I
just
physical
again.
Right? Physical.
Third time's a charm. We out.
Hold on. Physical, low to high. Okay. Share.
Monopoly should be the first one.
There we go.
It's not for me, but it is one of the other games that you had on there. Is it?
I don't see an eye. I don't see an eye.
Yeah, there's no.
That was on there, but it was on.
There we go.
The mine's is a little bit different.
Yo, God.
I don't have to edit the upload because it just restarts it right back, like right after it ended.
Oh, does it? Cool. So,
yo, I don't have those.
Sports Party. That looks like a fun game.
I've seen that was on yours
Battle
too.
Crashers, isn't that?
That's a Cartoon Network thing.
Strike 10 bowling.
That's some generic bullshit.
Street Outlaws. Look at that one. It's not even. It's download required.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding? Standard edition. It's not even. Let's click on that so we can see what the box. What does that say? Just a code in the box?
Oh, it's gonna be download. Oh,
yeah, it's probably gonna be download. Full game download.
Full game download. So you don't have cart.
Does it tell you how big the file is?
Nah.
So why even?
It's from Ubisoft's the one who published it though.
So why even have a case for this shit? I don't understand that shit.
That is kind of wild.
Hey, according to Robert, that is a physical copy.
You brought up the shovelware. That's where Ayers did.
I'm surprised Monkey Ball's that cheap. By the way, I forgot.
No, I brought it up.
I might get that later.
Slay the Spire is pretty cheap.
Well, I brought it up because I think Ayers was kind of insinuating it.
Dragon Ball.
I think I brought it up.
Surviving the Aftermath. Crazy Chicken. Extreme.
That one's kind of funny.
Hidden Objects Volume 2.
Hidden Objects, let's go.
Oh, wait, no, here we go. Hidden Objects Volume 4.
It's sold out.
I got a couple over here myself. Special editions of Shovelware.
Need for Speed.
How are these games sold out?
Street Fighter.
Because he only made 10 copies.
Creed is that?
The Ezio collection.
Ezio.
Which is actually, that's not bad.
Cars 3, when did that movie? Was that actually a movie?
Yeah, it was.
How long ago was that? Why is that a game on Switch?
Not too long ago.
I feel
it came out on Wii U.
That's the one that looked like terrible.
That was on Wii U.
Cruising Blast to 20.
Lego
World.
Lego
Remember that game?
only $20.
These aren't shovelware games here.
I don't know why. Mine's
that?
Lego
Lego Brawlers.
Where?
You were scrolling past it. Just
Dance
is it up here? Download.
Oh, you're talking about this Lego Brawlers.
Lego Brawlers is pretty new, I think.
Get it tomorrow.
No, it's from last year.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, we're already in $20 games. Party Arcade.
There you go.
Code in the Box.
Even Marion Rev. Look at the disgusting white label.
That's shovelware.
Yeah, that label needs to go. I hate that shit. I didn't realize this was $20, by the way. Good.
Well, that's because it's just a digital code.
Yeah, I still gotta pick up Mega Man.
Hello Neighbor, what's that?
No, Mega 11's pretty good.
The Hello Neighbor is a pretty well known what do you call it, indie game.
PC, yeah. I'm doing mainly on the PC side.
Nickelodeon Kart Racers, I don't even remember that.
Paw Patrol.
Yeah,
I only know about this because my nephew
Carnival games
likes Paw Patrol.
That's not the one Robert always talks about, is it?
No.
Clubhouse.
No.
Yeah.
Which one's the one he talks about?
Clubhouse.
There's some shovelware, Super Monkey Ball, Wii version.
Is it? Oh yeah,
Jumanji. Bratz. I mean, that's definitely.
Now we're getting into the good shit, man.
No, don't say that. Dawn of Dragons.
That's a game. Martian Panic Bundle.
Martian Panic. Oh my God. Look at that cover.
that is pretty rough.
Family Feud, definitely. Code in the Box.
I don't see Steve Harvey on the box. I'm disappointed.
Goosebumps.
Hot Wheels.
What was Unleashed?
That was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Hot Wheels.
Cole Chameleon Play with JJ. That's gotta be.
What is that?
With my boy JJ.
Who knew there was a Fast and the Furious game?
I'd be so embarrassed buying that game. Look at that cover.
Unravel 2.
Oh yeah, we saw a trailer for that in a direct, I think.
Unravel 2 physical version, that might be worth $20.
A physical version? I didn't know that was a thing.
I saw it.
There's Shovelware.
Oh, look at T's favorite game.
Shovelware stream.
I don't think Clock did ever pick that back up. He said he was going to finish it.
Yeah,
versus ATV. That's a game my buddy bought.
I have that on PC. It's pretty fun.
It's mediocre.
Okay, that's fair.
I wouldn't say it's bad.
LOL. Surprise.
BB's born to travel.
Oh, there it is. There's my game.
Which one? Chicken Range bundle?
Chicken Range bundle.
Is that a gun in there?
Over there. Yeah, it comes with the gun. That's why I bought it, because I thought that was kind of cool.
Okay. Let's see.
What? Surprise remix.
Is that a series of games?
Haunted House. Look at that cover. That's Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol the movie. There's another one in there. I think a Paw Patrol game came out this year.
Yeah, it's coming out.
I forgot about that movie.
G.I. Joe. There's a G.I. Joe game. It's unavailable nearby.
It's from 2020.
Another Dragons game. I mean, this is just trash.
Movie license
NHR,
garbage.
That's trash.
It's Speed for
Drag
All.
Racing game. Little League World Series.
Oh God!
New Super Lucky Tail.
That's trash. Lucky's Tail isn't on the box. I mean, isn't a full.
No,
this isn't just.
Yeah,
you gotta.
I have that. It's a download only.
You have to.
That's trash.
That's some bullshit.
Unclick the download.
Wait, Clive and Rich has a physical?
No.
It came out earlier this year.
What?
There's your SpongeBob.
That's the one I have.
Where's my eBay app?
Actually, I have the collector's edition for that.
Hasbro Game Nights, Air Mission. What the hell? That's got to be absolute trash.
Hey, I'd fucking buy that.
Slaycation Paradise.
You buy Air Mission?
Ryan's Rescue Squad.
Oh, that's from
Overkai, baby.
The YouTuber.
Yes,
that's the YouTuber.
Yes. Oh,
Ryan's Toy Room or something like that.
Yeah,
Overkai 2. That's got to be good.
Don't
page
play
5.
games.
I mean, we're 5 pages in, and there's hardly been a legit game.
There's some legit games in there.
I'd say it's like a 85-15 split.
What the fuck?
How about the JoJo Siwa World
Jedi?
Well, I already knew JoJo Siwa. I've only recently found out about
Dino Kart. Oh my God.
That's kind of wild.
I'm curious, man. I want to.
Man, shut your ass up.
Windstorm, start of a great friendship.
No way.
That's kind of wild. Some of these are wild.
Dinosaurs and cards. Oh yeah, I want to see a trailer of that shit.
Oh no.
Monster Jam. That's the one my buddy bought. Fucking
Star
Here's
Wars.
the Lego Harry Potters.
Harry Potter collection. Oh,
Yeah,
those are actually on the.
That was free on PlayStation 4 last month, the entire collection.
Was it? I missed it.
Yeah.
Lego,
Lego,
Fortnite.
Lego City.
I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm not gonna lie to you. And this is coming from the guy who likes the anime games.
I was gonna say.
Shit. How did I miss Clive and Wrench? Collector's edition, even. Click.
Like this.
You bought some shit, didn't you? WRC Generations.
That's what we're actually
he
doing.
He is out there not laughing. He is
T.
like putting shit in his cart, like every time.
Lego.
DC Super, Zorro the Chronicles. Come on.
Oh my God.
I didn't know Zorro
It's got
even
5
was...
stars though. 5-star rating.
Sure, that's
Darksiders 3 had a physical on Switch.
Yeah, I'm still surprised they released that in the end on Switch.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no!
That's
palette,
shit, man.
That's that palette swap bullshit I'm talking about right there.
Oh no!
Yeah, let's go.
That is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. You get a budget Zorro game. We might go. You know what? I might go look at.
Darksiders 3 run on Switch.
From what I've seen, it looks actually pretty good.
Yeah, that Power Wash, Art of Rally, Kitaria
Fables.
Like a cat shown in anime. I don't even know what the fuck this SpongeBob game is, by the way.
I couldn't believe how many games.
Extra crusty edition?
And this came out to this year. I don't remember this at all. What the fuck is this? Oh
no.
Oh.
Shovelware.
It's the good shit, bro.
It's Diner Dash,
a
but like
Diner Dash type of game. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even realize that was a thing. Cuckoos.
What?
I knew about Miraculous Ladybug. I already knew about that one.
What is that?
Hey, Big Brain Academy.
Yeah, Cuphead.
Cuphead. Yeah.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Oh my god.
Shovelware.
Atelier Sophie. I already know about that one. It takes two.
Shovelware.
No, you can't do that. I think we're starting to get into like
now we're in the $30 games.
These are good games now.
I think we're getting into normality. Let's see.
In the actual games.
Shovelware usually don't cross over 30.
Oh, we fell back. FIFA, we fell down.
Double Dragon Gaiden. What the hell is that?
It came out in July, actually.
It's a new game, man.
Never.
It's not great. It's all right.
Super Mega Baseball. Is that
new game, man? Hey, great though.
EA, look at EA put out a game.
Yeah, we don't.
Nickelodeon Pod Racers 3. Yo, how many did they make?
Everybody want to switch?
A lot.
Is that going to be the only Switch game not to sell 1 million?
Probably.
Stella, baby, let's go.
Actually, have that.
I go Little Friends, Puppy Island, Shovelware. Right
look at these trash
games. It was 40. Wow.
Little Friends, Puppy Island. What?
Let's click on
you know
that.
what?
Let's see what's some.
Fine.
It's got 5 stars, 8 reviews.
They don't mean anything.
Man, come on, man.
Oh.
That is some Wii graphics.
Oh,
damn.
Is that the DS?
Look, you can dress him up in outfits and shit.
Wow.
Look at that tree.
$40.
They're still making Nintendo. They're still making Nintendo clones in 2023.
Look at the corgi.
Because people like him.
What was the corgi? What was the dog's name in Cowboy Bebop?
Catan Super what? Samba de Amigo. Okay.
Paleo Pines. Paleo Pines.
Is that Microsoft?
Do you see who the
publisher is?
Maximum. Farm.
Looks like a farm.
Yeah.
Shit.
But we're like dinosaurs.
Not enough of those.
Oh my god.
Visually, it looks better than a couple of the other games.
Yeah, it's not bad visually.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I want to see that bitch in motion though. It looks good in stills.
Yeah, motion is like motion is probably like
janky as fuck.
All right, I think.
Let's see.
I mean, this isn't everything. It's just what Best Buy had.
What was that by Nintendo? That garage? That's some shit.
Yeah.
What was that, Calio? What was that one that we just
Ember?
looked
at? Which one?
Paleo.
Oh, the thing. Hold on.
We gonna look it up and see how it runs.
A lot of shit that I've never even heard of.
Days of Doom.
30
sport games.
No,
30 sports games, not sports.
This came out a couple weeks ago. What is this? Oh, it's one of
looks great.
It's one of those. It's one of the. Yeah, it's one of those games. It's like a tactics.
None of those. There's not any of those games on Switch.
JoJo, Prodeus, Story of Seasons, Shadowverse. Yeah, I think
there's still some pretty for $30. I mean,
I'm about to say I think we're most of
Demon Throttle.
Yeah.
Knockout Home
Fitness. Song of Evertree. What the fuck is that?
There's like 3 fucking fitness games. There's another one. What is it? The kickboxing.
You don't have the balance board. I don't know who they think they're selling.
Oh, you have the Joy-Cons though.
Yeah, you guys have done crazy physical games over there, man.
Yeah, that's even
T, don't ever try to collect all the Switch games.
Oh no!
I thought you gave up on that a while ago.
That was never gonna. No,
I like the way this looks.
I never started that. It was Wii U.
When did this come out?
It's like a poor man's Ori.
This came out. This came out in March of this year.
Lost
this is from
Worlds,
this year,
right?
Yeah, Lost World Beyond the Page.
Beyond the Page gameplay.
Can you copy the link and paste
Full game is 3 hours.
It's what?
It's like
3 hours. Oh, I can't share. I was going to share the screen for a second. Glad I didn't.
Copy the link and paste it in the chat.
What's Rift Tracks?
Here's
a link to what?
Here's more Clive and Wrench.
Wait. How much was it?
30.
Why is it so much cheap?
So I'm watching
is it in?
Lost Worlds.
Oh yeah, it's in stock. I can get it.
Actually, I mean, the animation.
I can get it in 4 days.
The animation's jank, and it has on-screen like arrows, and then her crawling is just her sliding.
What about Dino Ranch?
Her crawling is just a sliding animation of a still character, so it's
fresh. It's kind of like a new leaf.
That's what I said.
Get out of here. Kraken Odyssey.
I mean, art style's not bad though.
The Kraken is lacking.
It comes out it comes out next month. It's not even out yet.
What the Kraken is lacking. What?
Oh no. Oh. Oh, what?
There's that eShop shovelware.
We're backing out, buddy. That's
all right. Let's get out of here.
Hey, send me the link. I said, bro.
To what?
He wants a link to the Kraken is lacking game.
Oh, real quick though, before we get out of here, I'm gonna check out that Zoro Chronicles game.
Oh no!
Wait, is this a TV? Oh, this is a TV show.
Oh, it's based on a show.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
Full game, 3 hours.
Oh no!
That was the other game. It was a full game. It was 3 hours.
No, I think this is the PS5 version. Looks. Oh no.
No, it's a. Yeah, it could be at an X on screen.
Oh no.
I'd play it.
I mean, it could look worse. It could look worse.
No, that's agreed. It could. It doesn't look
Look at
great.
that on-screen display. Look at the, generic ass hearts and lightning bolts.
Look at this. This is some gameplay.
There's some great editing, man.
Look at that. Look at that.
You can tell you're fighting the camera.
He's walking like he
Lost
has.
World has better reviews than Immortals.
Hemorrhoids.
Get the hell out of here, Robert. Go look up that Lost Worlds game.
Does it?
It's not trash if this is Switch.
It looks like a poor man's Assassin's Creed. Ironically enough.
What about Robert just came in to talk shit about the
I'm gonna jump ahead.
That's probably the Lost World.
What is that? What's that? That ninja game or?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'd play
Tommy.
I give some of the animations some credit. I'm not going for it.
Looks like you're in the same area. How far ahead did you go?
Like an hour. Yeah. Oh, let's jump another hour.
The same area.
We're all gonna end up buying
let's jump another hour.
I mean, I'd see this.
Looks like you're gonna do that move over and over.
He's gonna buy this game. Retro is so buying this.
Damn. The animations aren't bad.
Fun, man. I'd play this.
Sometimes they're good, but they're kind of
want to put it
stop
in your
motion jank. This shit looks way too bland.
Damn.
40.
This is 30.
Well, it's based on a TV show, so it's gotta
collect treasure, right? I mean,
hey, some of the textures look better than Pokemon Shield, man. I'm just saying.
I wish I could get to a boss.
Does look better than Detective Pikachu.
How he's moving though.
It is kind of a janky.
Look at this hold button to do all these actions.
I'm gonna jump a little bit.
I mean, that's the same shit Uncharted does.
Yeah.
What?
I'm not a fan of that anyway. When games have the button thing, like, bro, there's like 20 buttons on the controller.
Because it's a cinematic experience. Oh my god, that camera!
It's a cinematic world game.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck was going on.
It doesn't look bad, man.
The camera was having a seizure.
What is he doing? Oh my goodness!
Probably anytime you try to look, it probably fights you.
I will say this it doesn't look bad, but it's way too short and looks too jank for its own good. But it does.
How do we know it's short?
It's because the full game is 3 hours.
This is the full game.
Oh,
that's the same as Lost Worlds.
Maybe he's speed running it and we just don't know it.
No, let's jump towards the end. Let's see. Oh no! What? Oh, game. Oh.
Oh.
Whoa!
No. A lot of jumping over people.
What is happening? Is this like?
Oh yeah, no, this is the boss fight. He's like doing the whole minions thing. Yeah. It says at the top.
That's Robert's favorite.
No, I hate this shit. This is like my least favorite kind of fight. Hey, we're not gonna fight the boss. We're gonna fight all the minions of the boss.
Who's Mala? Is that Mala?
The guy on the thing shooting on the cannon.
Oh, he's up on the cannon. Okay.
Yeah, he's shooting with the cannon.
Mala.
This actually seems weirdly unfair.
There's
my
like some
god!
rubber banding going on too, where they catch up to him.
Damn! What the hell?
He's only got 2 hearts. How's he gonna do? This is
we're all
intense.
so invested in this shit.
I'm okay interested because at this point you're just like you're not gonna buy it, so you're kind of like, you know what? I wouldn't mind it.
No. Retrodeath already put it in his cart. What are you talking
about? No,
yeah,
he didn't.
I want that
you
shit.
didn't put it in the cart.
No, I didn't
Is this
put
the
it in my
Switch
cart,
version,
but I
though?
would pick this up.
Oh, he found a heart.
It doesn't say.
You should look up the Switch version and see if there's.
Do you want me? You want me to look up the Switch? Hold on.
It was on the list when you were searching.
This looks pretty.
If this is, I would hope this is the Switch
pretty
version.
Copy
honestly.
and paste. I'm guessing this is not.
A lot of just flipping over guys' heads.
They probably started with the Switch version and just gave everybody else the Switch version.
The Switch. It was the lead platform, yo.
Yeah, the Switch was the lead platform for this game.
This looks so fucking.
Did he just throw dynamite? Oh, he's been throwing dynamite. Oh, there it is.
Wait. He didn't beat all the guys though. What happened?
Yeah, the dynamite blew them up. See.
Oh.
They didn't show it. They didn't show it, but that's what happened.
There you go.
Is that it?
That's it. Game over.
Is this the Switch version?
Thank you for playing.
No, this is the PS5 version.
Wow.
I don't want to look at the Switch version.
If that's the PS5 version.
Fine. Oh God.
There it is. Switch gameplay.
We gotta be fair.
I'm gonna jump.
It's probably the same. It's probably exactly the
People
same.
won't have to buy a PS5 to play this.
Why did I find like a whole new gameplay style by jumping ahead in the video? There, I lied.
Pretty similar.
That looks good.
It looks pretty close. It's not.
Like I said, it's pretty close.
But it's 30, but who cares for that game?
That frame rate doesn't look good though.
It does look a little choppy.
Yeah, this is some Arkham shit right here.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's what's going on.
It's not bad. This game's like a weird.
I want to fucking play it.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah, I do.
It's like a weird amalgamation.
In this video.
You didn't play the PS5
I think
version.
you underestimate how easy I am with playing games, man.
I think that's the problem with
it.
Maybe
play games. You don't like to finish games. That's the problem.
It's like a weird amalgamation. It's like a
It's
weird.
completely true. I have a video recorded about that exact topic.
All right,
it's
like a
weird
Lost Worlds. That Lost Worlds game.
Are you doing a shameless plug right now?
Knowing him, yes.
I learned from the
Robert's
best.
trying to make a point that because somebody beat this game in 3 hours, Tears of the Kingdom is only a 20-hour game. Yeah, the top one.
Okay.
It's only a 20-hour game. Yeah. Yeah, there's probably some side quest shit you could do. Yeah, there's a lot of storybook stuff. Now this doesn't look bad visually, but it's definitely lacking.
I think it just needs more.
It's not like a. From what I saw, there's a lot of like an arrow.
It's like Stories of Heaven.
You can go up or right. There's arrows on screen that you can select, and then it just goes up.
Is that the game?
Oh, let me jump in.
Stories of Heaven. Seasons of Heaven.
Go back.
Seasons
Go back.
Of Heaven.
Watch.
Oh.
Watch this.
Oh wow.
The puzzle platformer.
Oh, even further. Okay.
See if they go. Oh, maybe not. It was a different one where the animation. There was no animation for crawling. It was just the characters frozen in place and then slid under that rock. But
oh really?
Yeah, I mean it's not terrible. But this looks like the quality's pretty low.
Oh
yeah, it's not
some deep gameplay.
Pretty much story based. I'd still buy
kinda
this.
funny.
I'd still play this. It looks good.
Oh, I will say this. It looks like
it's visually interesting.
Yeah.
I don't mind the art. So it's definitely inspired by Ori. Ori did.
I was gonna say Ori.
Like this.
Yeah, I feel it's more like visual novel directed.
Yeah, but just having the text on screen telling the story, that's what Ori did.
That is an Ori thing.
That's an Ori thing for sure.
I can say that now since I've played all the Ori.
I don't like the on-screen prompts. I don't know if that's just in the beginning. Probably.
It might be because this is the beginning of the game. It could be like tutorial stuff.
Could be.
That's not the worst thing in my opinion. But you said this game was what, 3 hours? What you saw?
Oh, the whole gameplay said 3. Oh, she actually crawled there. The other clip, she was just
crawling. Oh, you're wrong, Juice. Boo.
It could have been a glitch.
Could have been
a glitch.
Yeah, this doesn't look terrible.
I was gonna say with all this other animation going on, that would be weird. That the crawl.
I hate her jump animation.
If you go back, the full gameplay is the one I clicked on, and
oh, you're talking about
But this don't game. I mean, the animations look decent.
Is there an enemy to fight or
probably not?
No, in this kind of game, probably not. Hold on. I'm gonna jump.
I mean, Unravel too. Also,
Oh, that looks like Ori, like a mother.
This is a Ori clone.
That's Ori, like a motherfucker.
or Ori clone, like a mother.
I mean, this reminds you way more of Dust, which came a long time before Ori. I'm just saying.
In what way?
Retro, you gonna be that guy, aren't you?
I'll always be that guy.
So what is in Dust? What does this do for you? This area? Because in Ori, this is how you get your new ability.
Yep.
Oh no, not for new abilities. It reminds me of the save areas.
No.
And
you do save on these too.
I bet this is a new ability area. Let's
see. Oh, I'm gonna full screen it. Let's see. This takes way longer than I thought it was
very
going
slow. To be 3 hours and then still.
So Grace
you jumped ahead. Oh wait, this is a
gun.
short video. This isn't the full gameplay.
But this is the biggest.
Hey, you can beat this in 3 hours. That's what's saying.
Yes. I mean, you can beat anything, and yeah. I mean, I'm gonna take longer for a game I like for sure, but a game like this, yeah. If there's a bunch of like extra power ups like Metroid Dread or Ori stuff you can collect, yeah, you can put more time in than the 3 hours.
This isn't bad. No,
it's not near the worst of what's.
No,
I can respect, like, it's still going for an artistic.
It's actually trying to do something. That's I respect that.
Yeah, this is a cool section there.
Where you're going between the pages.
Now I could see Retro Death saying he wants this game, but not.
I want this.
Now this reminds me of
What's that game that you were like super excited about, T?
Huh.
It's the VR game.
Oh, so you drag glowing?
No, the one where
the bugs. That's cool.
The one where you're in in a storybook and then it turns into a 3D game because you get out of the. What is it called? It came out. You were like
to the beach.
Squire thing.
Was it? Yeah.
Is it out? It's not out yet, is it?
Is it not?
I don't think it's out yet. No, I've been waiting for that.
When does it come out?
Yeah, this is really clever. This is really clever gameplay.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's like
you have to like walk over the text and to progress to
trigger
the
like certain things. And then it's like, oh, you have to walk over the pebbles, and then you actually have to walk on the pedals.
That's cool. That's unique.
Yeah, it's not a bad like gameplay style.
I wouldn't want to do this for an hour.
No. I'm trying to see, it has to end pretty soon, actually.
I would hope it has actually a lot of this kind of stuff in the game.
Well, it goes on for a bit. It looks like it goes on for a bit.
A little bit for me, but...
Oh, because then it becomes like a puzzle.
Yeah, absolutely. I need this shit.
And then you have to like... Yeah, you have to create the scenario almost.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually kind of cool.
I don't know if I want to do this for hours. That's all.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I see what you're doing. You're creating the scenario.
Because all you're doing is dragging in everything. It's not like you have to select the correct ones.
It's like it's like a platformer.
It'd be more interesting if it was a puzzle involved where you had to pick the right options according to the story or something. Instead of just dragging everyone in there.
My question is if you could.
This is only on Switch.
Is it?
I think so.
That's kind of interesting.
Hogwarts Legacy is supposed to be coming out on Switch still. That's right.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
November, right?
Is it? Yeah, it is November.
Anyway, probably wrap this up.
Not bad. Yeah, it's not a bad game.
It's only on Switch, right?
I don't see it on anything else.
I don't see it on anything else.
It's probably a time
they actually posted
2 years ago.
2 years ago,
yeah.
It's probably PC and.
Is it? I
maybe
brought up Sonic Lost World too. I brought up all the Sonic Lost World too.
Wait,
I am confused.
Go up there, guy.
There's a version...
See that PlayStation logo?
Oh no, it is on PlayStation.
2 years ago. This game's that old, huh?
Okay, yeah. There's download only, and then there's like full game download, and then there's the actual full game for sale separately. Why they do that? There's a physical game, and then there's a download only in the box. A code in the box version. Why?
Yeah.
You already made it physically. Why the fuck do you have a download code version?
All right, but I think we should wrap this up.
I mean, let me close it out.
Oh no, this is compelling, man.
That's not gonna lie. It's not a bad showing at all.
But anyway, interesting podcast with some technical difficulties.
Best Buy was on his ass. Best Buy AMD were on his ass, bro.
We got 3 weeks, just under 3 weeks until Super Mario Wonder. When's Sonic coming out?
3 days before it.
3 days. 3 days before, literally.
And then Spider-Man comes out the same day. Spider-Man 2 comes out the same day, I think.
Oh, look, Bayonetta Origins were $35. That's worth it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So, no, it's finally worth the price.
How much
because it was too high.
Bowser's Fury. Let's see. Bowser's Fury. How much?
I think I paid $40.
It's probably not much different.
I think your question is how much is Super Mario 3D World?
Actually, you should just be. I like how we don't call. I like how I just don't call it 3D World anymore.
That part
it's just
doesn't matter. That part doesn't matter.
You mean the main game doesn't matter? Is that what you're telling me?
I already played that. I don't care about that part of it.
I don't care about that part. But the other shit.
43 brand new. I still think that's too much.
Yeah, I'm not paying that much.
I think Bowser's Fury should be by itself. $20 for Bowser's Fury would. I think.
I buy it at 30. That's.
If you'd buy just Bowser's Fury at 30, but you won't buy 3D.
No. I'm talking about. I buy. That's what I'm talking about. There's no version of it's just Bowser's Fury.
Yeah, but if Bowser's Fury was by itself, I think 20 would be like the max price.
Yeah, but Nintendo would certainly charge 30.
Oh,
yeah, they would. They would charge it
at the lowest. Yeah.
I did everything you could possibly do in that game, and I think it was under 5 hours. I don't remember.
Damn, even used, it's not dropping below 40. It's just not moving.
That's why I said fuck it and just bought the sealed one for 40 or 45.
Some people want to take that hit, man.
But anyway, we're get out of here. Interesting podcast.
Yeah,
that's a good game talk.
Towards the end for sure.
We'll be back in a week or two, and hopefully my PC, hopefully it'll be a Radeon patch.
Doesn't drop a deuce.
But yeah,
just drop that.
We'll check you guys on the next podcast. Thanks for watching.
Oh, there you go. $250 for
what?
Mario 3D World.